So the meeting is now being officially called to order at 9:09 p.m. Okay, so our welcome and opening remarks. So welcome back to a new semester. We're happy to have you. New year, new semester, a lot of new going on. Talk of the Town Club welcomes you back. We look forward to a lot of different adventures this semester. As you're aware, today we'll be discussing a topic that is on our calendar of events. A few changes have been observed. We're celebrating our January celebrants. We've also sent out posters posted on our IG as well. We welcome you back. We look forward to a fun, festive, interactive semester of just sharing perspective, communicating with each other, and also seeing what's going on in the world and talking about it, because a lot of crazy stuff going on. So our apologies for absence would be for our president, Miss Nathalia Ross, who is unable to be here due to personal reasons. So our icebreaker segment, this part I'm going to ask you guys to liven up myself, participate, open your mic, but also follow the instructions. Open your mic and let's just break the tension, break the ice as we prepare for a meeting session, just have fun and discuss things. This will be handled by our club secretary. So go ahead, Ashley.
Good night, everyone. For our returning members, you already know what we normally do for icebreakers. However, to our new members, so we will play a little game of riddles. So we are going to ask you guys a riddle and you guys are going to guess it. So let's see how smart you guys are, how you can crack it. So the first riddle is, a girl has many brothers as sisters, but each brother has only half as many brothers as sisters. How many brothers and sisters are there in the family? Yeah, we're gonna get this one.
So guys, you can open your mic. Open your mic and speak.
Or you can type it in the chat.
So say, Sylvia, have him hand up. Let's hear what you think the answer is.
4.
4. I think the answer is 4. Anybody else? Yeah. Anyone agrees with him? Disagrees with him? You think it's something else? Oh my gosh, guys, don't all answer at once. Whew. Oh. Ashley, is the answer 4?
So guys, the answer is 3 brothers and 4 sisters.
Right.
Okay, the next question is, what are the next 3 letters in this combination? O, T, T, F, F, S, S. Look closely.
Some person say ENT for ent. Okay. What other answers we have? Hi, Danik. Nice to see you. Nathaniel, how you doing? Tashoy, welcome.
Welcome, Jay. Thank you. These are really complex. I can't figure it out, honestly. I'm trying.
And I don't disagree with you. They are really complex. So since they're so complex, we're just going to go on to the answer. So, hi, I just arrived. Okay. So the answer is ENT. Person that said that, you got it correct. Now let's look at the last riddle. Go ahead, Ashley.
Okay, so the next riddle is, this belongs to you, but everyone else uses it. What could that be? I mean,
your name.
Wow.
Everybody's like, finally, an easy one.
Who said that?
So who said that your name? The persons that think it's your name?
Me, Spencer.
Spencer, anybody else thinks it's your name? LJ thinks it's your name. Okay, let's see what the answer says. You're correct. It is your name. All right, thank you guys for playing the icebreaker. Let's get right into the meat of the matter, into the meeting itself. So first we have on the list is meet the team. This is where we're going to introduce our executive body. Each person will speak for themselves. Unless they're not currently present, then someone will speak for them. So first on the list, we have the executive hierarchy. It consists of the club president, vice president. We have three main roles: public relations officer, treasurer, secretary, and each of them have their respective assistants. We have our club president, Nathardia Ross. Her preferred alias is Nati. She is majoring in criminology and criminal justice. She looks forward to, discussions and learning from different perspectives in addition to future club events planned for the club. And that's our club president. Next, you have myself, truly, Jadian Ellis. Please don't call me that. I'm the vice president. I go by J, pronounced J as seen on screen. I'm majoring in information technology. I'm excited about our future adventures together as a club and curious to meet the different personalities within our memberships. We have our digital media officer, Dean Anderson. Are you online and able to speak? I know you were experiencing technical issues earlier.
Yes, I think so.
All right, go ahead. We're hearing.
Good night, guys. My name is Dean Anderson, 23 years of age, from St. Elizabeth, doing a bachelor's in IT. Previously, I was your treasurer, but I decided to switch to a new role that is more fitting for my expertise. So yeah, that's pretty much it about me.
All right, thank you very much. Next, we'll have our club secretary, which will be Ashley Haywood. Go ahead.
Okay, good night again, everyone. So I'm Ashley Haywood. You guys can call me Ash, and I'm majoring in tourism and hospitality management, and I really look forward to our meetings, sharing our opinions and gaining knowledge from our future discussions, whether in the meetings or in the club group. Let's post it.
All right, thank you, Ash. You'll see a lot of Ash in our WhatsApp group forum, and if you're not in that group, make sure you join it. Next, we have our assistant secretary, that is Natalia Burton. She was also one of them that was experiencing issues earlier, so I'm not sure if she's online. I don't see her name. So Miss Burton, her preferred alias is Talia. She's majoring in social work. She's looking forward to interacting with an ever-growing community of revolutionaries who are unafraid to challenge the status quo and speak up about its passions. So she's awaiting a semester of laughter, mutual support, fun events, and good vibes. Again, that's our assistant secretary. So I'm sure you've seen the hierarchy and you've seen the introduction. So what about the gaps? We're currently recruiting. We have open positions for the public relations officer, assistant PRO, our treasurer, and our assistant treasurer. If you are interested in being a part of the executive body, you can complete the form. It will be circulated in the chat by our secretary. You can complete the nomination form. The deadline is this Wednesday, January 25th by 10 p.m. So if you're you or anyone you know interested in the role, please complete the form so that we can be aware that you're an interested party. As well as if you don't have any expertise or experience, don't worry about that. We are all about training persons to be better or to be best suited for their role. So if you have no expertise, but you are willing, you're dedicated, and you're a competent, capable individual, we ask you to consider applying for these positions. Let's talk about the club. What is the Talk of the Town Club? What are we about? What do we stand for? Firstly, let's look at our mission statement. So the primary aim of the UCC Talk of the Town Club is to encourage open discussions and the safe sharing of opinions in a non-judgmental environment. Through this facilitation, both positive media and public speaking skills will be honed by our members. The club fosters listening, and communication skills necessary in everyday life and in professional atmospheres. It intends to aid skill development and open-mindedness for communication about varying topic areas, allowing consideration of uniquely diverse perspectives. And then our vision statement says to enrich the ultimate university life experience by learning and growing through open communication in an unbiased, open-minded and judgment-free forum. Considering the expectations for the clubs and what you can kind of expect from different club meetings. So discussion forum is categorized mainly into three components, two of which we'll be covering today. Political insight, which previously advertised will be about, school grooming in Jamaica and if it's promoting anti-Blackness. Rumour Runners, which is typically when we discuss different topics like, drama among celebrities or whatnot, what we think about it, if it could have been handled differently, stuff like that. What are our different takes and perspective on public events or public situation. And in confession story time, because Twitter and Reddit are undefeated and people keep airing their dirty laundry and we're here for it. So that's where persons may confess their stories online, we source the information, we present it to you, we talk about it, see what's going on in the world. Expectation for club activities. Upcoming activities for the club, whether it be this semester specifically or future semesters, fundraisers, outreach activities, interclubbing. We've had, I think, one interclubbing activity last semester. Those who were here from then, you'd have been aware. And we have outreach activities, whether it be planned activities or as well as fundraising or just regular club socializing events. Those things are all in the work for the club. Now let's talk about the club starring reward system. So club members can earn stars by attending meetings, participating in club meetings, so the different sections, the three main sections I will mention, and any special section I have depending on if it's a special meeting, and then successfully referring club members to the club. Our top 5 earners are usually awarded at the end of each semester. They all receive certification. The points that are awarded are dependent on what activities or discussion that we're having at that time, the different sections of the meeting. But usually if we have any like special points, like bonus points, if we have quizzes or games on our social media platform, that can be Telegram, WhatsApp, or even Instagram, we normally let you know ahead of time, like, hey, we're going to be having these special events. At times you may know the points that will be awarded. Sometimes it may be a surprise. So this is where we open the floor, questions and answers. So this is where we open the floor for you guys to ask us questions based on what we presented so far. The meeting is not done. We've just spoken a lot about our club, about our executives, about what the club is about. So we're asking you to ask us questions, anything that needs to be clarified, and so on. So feel free, please don't be shy. Don't have me up here talking to myself, and raise your hands on this. Go ahead.
Pretty much straightforward.
Pretty straightforward. Great. Anything else, guys? Any questions? Anything you're not sure of? Curious about? Anything? Even one question. Why is the sky blue? Talk to me, guys. Is this what our lecturers feel like during class when nobody talks? All right.
I think that's probably what they feel. But as he said, it's pretty straightforward. I don't have any questions.
Okay, great. Go ahead, Tashoy. And I'm pronouncing that right? It's Tashoy?
Yeah, yes, it is. You are.
Okay.
Well, I don't have a question, but just a comment. Well, it's my first club meeting, and I'm pretty excited, to be in conversations, being interactive, and so forth. And I love the different things that the club actually consists of. It doesn't seem boring. So I'm just looking forward to that. Pretty much that.
All right. Thank you for that. I appreciate some lectures are boring. All right, Ashley. So since there's no question or any other statements, we're just going to move right into the next segment of the meeting. So next up, we have our award ceremony. Yay, fun times. First, we have our membership certificates that will be issued. This segment, the award ceremony, will be taken over between myself and Ashley. So Ashley will do the first 2 parts. They are 1 and 2, and I'll do the last segment. So go ahead, Ashley.
Okay, everyone. So the membership certificates are issued to persons who have met all the criteria, which is attending at least 3 meetings. However, what's the word? We kind of gave a little leeway last semester because we held 4 meetings. So, you have to give and take that some persons wouldn't make it all. So, 2 per meetings, and quite a few persons met the criteria, and they had also signed up for the club. So this person, Tristania Benjamin, I believe your certificate was emailed to you. So guys, this is just an example of what you will get upon meeting the club's criteria. And our next segment will be,
So before we move to the
we
next
are just
segment,
showing
if
it.
you see a name, on the list, that means you were awarded a certificate for last semester. If you don't receive the email as yet, that's fine. You either receive it tonight into tomorrow. So, we have successfully 21 members to Talk of the Tone. I am happy. I'm excited. 21 members. That's looking great. So thank you guys for your continued support. The club wouldn't exist without our members. We hope to continue to bring really good content, provide good, exciting meetings for you in future. I hope that you choose to renew your membership each semester.
Okay, so our next segment will be the most active meeting sections, those who participated a lot or frequently in our icebreakers, in our political insights, the confession story time, and the rumor runners. And just as I had said, because it was 4 meetings, we had 2 out of those 4 were like games nights. So we only had 1 section with a winner.
Now, before we get into that, I don't know if they're on now, but last semester we had 2 champions. We had Dalvin Ray and we had Kevin Golding. And let me tell you guys, for each of the segments, it was either Dalvin Ray or Kevin. Well, they weren't giving anybody the chance to even try and make their name on the list. Like, they were just participating in meetings left, right, and center. So we were proud to award them with their certificates of recognition. Now, my thing is, did these champions uphold their reputation? What do you guys think? Do you think one of them or both of them have come back again to dominate the different segments of the meetings for last semester?
It's going to be a competition.
Okay, so who do you think it is? You think it's just going to be a competition? Nathaniel thinks it's going to be Dalvin. He doesn't think Kevin stands out. Okay, another person thinks it's going to be Dalvin. Oh, it's not saying. So we have 2 persons think it's going to be Dalvin. Ethan just thinks, it's going to be a head-to-head competition, so he's not sure who it is. Alrighty, now let's see who dominated the confession story time segment.
I wonder who it is.
Let's see who really did that. Who, or, 1 person, 2 persons.
Yes, please.
So,
yes, please.
I would do a drum roll, but I don't have any drum beats on my laptop, and I need it for the rest of the semester, so I can't really. So just pretend
try.
I'm drum rolling. All right, and our winner is Ethan. Round of applause, guys. I'm sure he's probably not even aware, but yeah, he dominated the confession storytime segment last semester in terms of participation.
I was surprised.
So really proud. Yeah, really proud of you. And again, guys, you can be awarded too. Just come to the meeting, participate, and it doesn't take anything to participate. We talk about things and then you reply. That's all. Really simple, huh? Alrighty. So congratulations, Ethan. You want to say anything fancy at this point, or you're good?
Well, I'm generally the unknown person in chat, so I don't know if I'm really deserving of this, but thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Your participation says you're deserving of this and more. So let's move into the next segment. So the last thing in our award ceremony, and guys, let's get hyped. Come on, we're awarding persons for last semester. You want to be awarded too. You don't want a party for did not true. So the top 5 earners, meaning these persons out of the entire club, they earn the topmost points based on their overall participation in not just club events, but any bonus points and such and such. Let's see. Oh, we're going to start with 5th place. 5th place. We have 3 persons. Where's Dean and the name calling?
Listen, we have Shannon Lewis Hunter, Kefa Moncrief, Anastasia. Oh, that one they tricky, you know. Anastasia.
Anastia.
Believe it. Anastasia Carty. Any of those
So
persons are
congratulations
here.
to our fifth place earners. If you guys know them, if they're not on and you know any of them, let them know that they have prizes and surprises to collect. Congratulations to our fifth place. Let's look at our fourth place earners.
We have Tristania Benjamin, Shamalia Stewart, and Chas Thomas.
Niceness. Niceness. Third place we have
Rihanna Graham, one and only.
nice. Nice. Now in second and third place, last semester, I want to hear from our returning members especially. Last semester we had Galvin and we had Kevon dominating the top again. Now, do you think they were also dethroned for top earners? What do you think is going on? Do you think maybe they still are on top? What do you guys think? Okay, nobody knows. Let's see. In second place, we have
Yes, I didn't feel
Terry
me type so.
Johnson. And you know what's funny about this for persons who were not here last semester? Karen Johnson, when she was last year, she was supporting her fellow peers, like, oh yes, congratulations on your award. But she did vex, so she never have none. And then look at it now. She's awarded, but unfortunately, she's not here to celebrate. So we're going to celebrate on behalf of her. She wanted her prize. She worked for it. She got her prize. In second place, we have Karen Johnson. And in first place, we have two new persons. Two new persons, guys. So proud. First place we have. Go ahead with the names.
Chacha, hello. I'm not looking for that one there, right? Macalia Monteek. Monteek. That's the last name.
No, Montague.
So
guys, we're
Montague
not
spell?
intentionally. Yeah, we're not intentionally butchering names. We're trying our best. All right, guys. Thank you so much for participating in our award ceremony. All right. So, what are your thoughts on school grooming policies in Jamaican schools? So, Jonathan Grant High School student barred from compound for inappropriate hairstyle. Inappropriate hairstyle. Okay. Let's look at it, guys. So there are questions being raised regarding the dress and grooming policies at the St. Catherine-based Jonathan High School, right? So this after an 11th grade student was barred from entering the compound yesterday due to what is being classified as an inappropriate hairstyle. The students who were calling Shane was slated to do his Math CXC mock exam, but he didn't get a chance to sit the exam. It's the latest in the string of an ongoing clash among students, parents, school administrators over grooming. So Shane's grandmother explains what happened when she went to school. She challenges the claim that her grandson's hair is faded. She says if the school had allowed him to do his exam like she suggested, then she would have taken him to the barber after. Because I mean, him doing the exam, not including brain for the exam. Think about it. Shane's grandmother says that this is not the first time her grandson is being barred from the school. Her major concern is that he won't be given another opportunity to sit the mock exam. So they have barred him from sitting his mock exam. The grandmother was saying to them, let him just do the exam, and after the exam, we can deal with this matter because it's an exam. It's an entire exam that you're going to let him not do because his hairstyle was, in your opinion, or based on your guidelines, it was inappropriate. Cool. So our new center contacted the school's office, but was told the principal was in a meeting. It's the latest in the string of complaints from parents about dress and grooming rules in schools. The government has signaled that a national grooming policy will be implemented to address public concerns about the dress code in schools. The minister has repeatedly urged schools not to lock out students for alleged grooming breaches again. Because we know separately from barring you from the exam, there have been times if you come to school or if you go to school, students go to schools, they are not permitted on the campus like at all. Separate from if they have exams or not, just like a regular school day, if they don't think they're wearing the right uniform, if it's too tight, if it's too short, anything, they can just say, okay, well, we're not letting you on the campus. That's something we've known to happen over the years. Chief Education Officer Dr. Kassan Troop says several consultations are being held with principal, parents, students, and members of the uniformed groups. Now, let's listen to this together.
Jane's grandmother explains what happened when she went to the school. She's challenging the claim that her grandson's hair is faded.
The security locked him up because she said he interfered. So can I speak to somebody in the office? She said we must go on. Then a vice principal came out and I was trying to explain to her. I said, Miss, he has a maths exam and him sit up 2 o'clock to practice for the maths. She said, no, anything that the security says goes. She said, here want to cut him, cannot come in the school like that because he's not properly grouped. I get really mad. I say, Miss, what you say? You're denying the child of his education for go to maths? I said, okay. Fine. So I went back out and I said to the security, can I speak to the principal? She said, the principal don't want to talk to you. And I left.
She says if the school had allowed him to do his exam like she suggested, then she would have taken him to a barber after.
To be honest, I cried because we still know his mother have to work hard. His mother don't get minimum wage. I pay him subject, everything. I look and I say if it was an unruly child, he wouldn't call me. He would have go home. These are the things why some of these school breed criminal. Some of them, especially the teachers, they don't know how to relate to you, how to talk to you, how to sit down and say, well, Mummy, we're going to give this is a maths, and the government say maths is important and English. They angry like you are nobody because you don't drive a big car. I don't have anything, but I want them to achieve. I don't want them to become thief and ton scammer.
Shane's grandmother says this is not the first time her grandson is being barred from the school. Her major concern is that he won't be given another opportunity to sit the mock exams.
When you turn out a child, what you're denying the child, you're denying the child of his education. That's why we have so much, you blame the parents. You have some parents try, When you go, suppose you go there, you must go there one day under the skies and sit down and see how much of them lock out can't go inside there. So what you're telling the child in his head to do, to take up the gun and to scam. Jamaica is running, stay in such a way that you have to encourage the youth. The child said want him 6 subject and we pay for the 6 subject.
Our news center contacted the school's office but was told the principal was in a meeting. It's the latest in a string of complaints from parents about dress and grooming rules in schools. The government has signaled that a national grooming policy will be developed to address public concerns about the dress code in schools. The ministry has repeatedly urged schools not to lock out students for alleged grooming breaches. Chief Education Officer Dr. Kassan Troop says several consultations are being held with principals, parents, students, and members of the uniformed groups.
There's a meeting set next week to go through all the feedback and to rationalize those, to bring them back to a summarized form to see what will be used. That's where the process is now pulling together. So go through the feedback, see what changes need to be made based on what the recommendations were from the different consultations. This is being led by the Educational Planning and Development Division in the ministry.
Robianne Williams for Nationwide News.
All right, guys, we're going to open the floor now. Each of you will be given about a minute or 60 seconds, and you'll be timed to just respond. We're asking you to raise your hands and let's hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this type of the way that Jamaica's school have been utilizing grooming is promoting anti-Blackness? For example, when you have persons that are of a different hair type from ours, different from 4C, if their hair is grown out and long and just let out, that's fine. But if our Afro girls do it, it's unkept or it's not appropriate, stuff like that. Thinking about it on an overall perspective, do you think these kind of policies are promoting anti-Blackness? Please raise your hand. You'll be given 60 seconds to speak. So I'm checking the list now. All right, so Dalvin, go ahead, please.
All right, so my opinion on this is that they are just straight up racist, but it goes, may I go further to say this, right? Yeah, some teachers are straight up just lock power in their own life, and this is a way of it. Them get that power by straight up bullying others, right? From my personal experience from high school, hair, pants, all of that stuff. is that them look out for certain students with them straight up hate. And like anybody who know me know is like me had a student do it. Me I gotta tell them my mind straight up, and me I gotta do it in such a way elegantly so it hard for really find a way to knock me down. So this is just a teacher's way to monopolize certain things. That are my 2 cents.
Thank you very much. The next person, Williams, go ahead.
Okay, good night, everyone. Yes, I do believe that this school is painting that image. I had a first-hand experience of this. I went to Malta, Vernia, and during some time of the day, this girl, she's mixed. Her mother is white and her father is black, so she has curly hair, and she let her hair go, like she just let it go. And then it was fine throughout the school. And this time she chose to shiny bump her hair. I don't know if I remember the little style there, but she did it. And I'm not going to call the teacher's name, but my PE teacher asked her why she did that with her nice hair. And she felt offended because she was like, doesn't matter the texture of my hair. I'm supposed to can wear any hairstyle other people wear and not be say, oh, I have pretty hair. I should flaunt it this way or that way. And the next thing is that this whole training back student thing, because of their hair or school grooming thing, I was doing CXE and the government sent out a notice say the students here, they target the hair, should not stop them from sitting their CXE subject. So I don't know what is wrong with these teachers lately. That's my input.
All right, thank you very much. With I see Spencer's hand is up. Go ahead, Spencer.
So my 2 cents is the hair stopping these kids from learning? How is it affecting them? In society, they can wear their hair anyhow. Going into the workplace, you can wear your hair the way you choose. So what is the school grooming them into? How does it affect them learning? How does it affect the teachers teaching? That is my 2 cents, honestly.
Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else want to give their 2 cents on what they think about this? Is it promoting anti-Blackness? Go ahead. Sure. Go ahead. See your hand raised. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Alicia. I'm new here. And I want to add on that, being a person who is mixed, I always get classed as, oh yeah, pretty hair, whatever, but there's no such thing as pretty hair. Jamaicans just classify that because of the texture of the curls or how it looks, right? Anyways, so I was at school one day and decided to wear my hair out in an afro. And they told me that it wasn't groomed and they looked good and I should catch it up. So yeah, they're very anti-Black, because if I was supposed to curl it and let it go, it would be acceptable. But because it wasn't an afro, they're like, no, it looks too unkept. That's what she said.
Wow, sorry I had to experience that, but thank you so much for sharing. All right, anyone else wants to share, just raise your hand. I'm going to take this as my turn to just say what I think. I agree with the grandma when she said that they could have just waited until he did the exam. I agree with that, because school's for learning, right? Yes, you want to be dressed appropriately, but it wasn't like he was showing any private parts for you to say, oh, no, that can't wait. You have to go. No, if this was just his hair and it was only about his hair, you let him do his exam. You let him know that, hey, your hair is not acceptable like this going forward, and maybe going forward won't be so lenient, but you don't just at the initial stage say, hey, no, get out, don't come on campus. To me, that's a bit harsh, especially considering it wasn't just a typical day at school. He had mock exam, right? Additionally, I've seen cases on social media, which perhaps some of you have also seen, where perhaps a young man's pants, they'll stay too tight, now let's say in. And even if they want to argue, yes, it is too tight, I feel like if it is the first instant, warn them, let them come to school, warn them, give them a write-up, call their parents, something like that. If you want to give them a second warning, etc. But I don't feel like your immediate response should be to bar them from school. Maybe you want to give them detention. I just feel like barring them from entering the campus or the compound is not okay, because to me, you're saying, okay, I showed up to school. I already kind of don't want to be here because I'm young. I'd rather be home playing games or chilling with my friends. You're saying I can't come on campus because I'm gonna dress the way you want me to dress. You don't think it's appropriate. Yeah, now let me in. Cool. May have my whole lunch money upon me. May I got straight. I'm gonna go and do whatever. I can get myself into so much trouble without even intending to get myself in so much trouble. When the parents send their children to school, they're expecting their children to be at school. Now, when the school is saying they're barring them from even entering the campus, like, what? How is that acceptable? Like, I can understand if you want to punish them, but that barring them off the premises to me is a bit extreme. If you want to give them detention, if you want to escalate detention to suspension, like after warning them several times, fine. But I just don't see how it's appropriate to bar them officially or entirely from being on the campus for something over like their attire. If it's not a case where their private parts are out, which I can understand, in a case like that would be different. Just you don't like how tight their pants is. You don't like how short her dress is. You don't like the hairstyle. Fine, write them up, report it, document it. So if you decide to say you're going to expel them based on numerous breaking of laws or breaking of school rules, you have the proof, the written documentation to do so. Yeah. Promoting anti-Blackness, we see a lot of stereotype or stereotypical. I'm going to share a personal experience. It's probably not as drastic, but it was kind of shocking. I went to school and we have to wear tunics. If you go to school in a tunic in a press, it's problem. They probably won't even let
Sorry,
you.
love. Sorry to interrupt you, but before you go on to that, could I just go before you go to the anti-Black part and your personal experience, please?
So you're apologizing for interrupting me to interrupt me?
Yes, because just before you go to that part, I just wanted to add something because I realize it's going far when I don't want to lose it. Sorry.
All right, go ahead.
All right, good night, everyone. I'm Janelle Nicholson. I'm new. All right, so I am listening and I do get what everybody is saying, but I'm looking at it from a school perspective, right? So upon going to even prep schools, so small, before high school or high schools, we would have all gotten the manual or the handbook and we would have agreed to certain things. Now I get it that your attire doesn't determine whether or not you learn. However, this is training grounds, right? If we think on even government offices, it is recently that they're allowing people to dress a certain way and still get to go in. So when I listened to what the grandmother said, and she even mentioned that it's not the first time they locked him out. Like, I get the anti-Blackness part. I'm totally for it because I'm a natural. I'm a 4C person. But in terms of what the school is really trying to portray, what they're trying to keep up, I don't think it's the Black that they're against. I think it is the rules, and you need rules in society. So I didn't hear anybody come on that side. So I wasn't sure if it is that we were just looking at the anti-Blackness part or we were just looking at it in general.
I suppose we're looking at how some of the grooming policies are, okay, that was your time, are anti-Blackness. Meaning to say, this is just an example. Somebody with 4C here have a weird afro hairstyle that is inappropriate. That don't look good. Somebody who has, I don't know the hair type, but the straight hair that Caucasian females normally have, yeah, we're not just down. That's perfectly fine. Both of the hair them just released in their natural state. They're just released. Perhaps they're brushed or not, right? Sometimes you can use your soul comb for your afro. But in some of the cases with the afro is a problem. Why is when her hair is less out and loose, it's fine. But because my hair is not straight and laying down, it's an afro. Why is that a problem? I think that's kind of where we were speaking of. Yes, we understand that rules are in place to be followed and guided. But some of the rules we were saying are some of these grooming policies promoting anti-Blackness. I'm just going to finish out the story I was saying earlier, and then I'll give the floor to someone else. I was saying with my school, high school, if we did not press our uniform, we could be locked off campus. And I remember there was this fully Chinese classmate in my class, and her parents did not believe in pressing clothes because I'm thinking that waste of electricity and I'm not a money flat. Blatantly said that. Her uniform, you could clearly see that it was never pressed or anything like that. And she was fine. She never got in trouble, anything like that. She's cool. But myself or other persons come to school and if in a press or in a press properly, it's a problem when you could be turned away. I just felt like right there, why is there a double standard? Which I guess that leads into colorism as well, but that's a different topic. But there is still some segmentation with how certain things are handled in school as it relates to grooming and stuff. So we still have two hands raised. So we're gonna go with those two hands, and then we're gonna wrap up for the night. So Tashoy and then Ashley, and you'll have 2 minutes on the clock. When you hear me unmuting, hearing the beeping, that means your time up. Not 2 minutes, 1 minute. So go ahead, Tashoy.
Okay, good night again. All right, so I do believe it's promoting anti-blackness because, all right, for example, when I was going to school, most of the, let me say white kids, they were able to wear their hair down or not even catch up, but we had to like comb our hair in a particular way. And this is a thing that really pisses me off. Like for the grooming, like the boys with the pants, I used to hate when I see the dean of discipline using the razor and the scissors and whatever to pull out the boys' pants. Like it is irritating. Yes, I understand that it is really bad and it's against the rules. But what happened when you let them out of school with those pants torn? Other children are going to pick on them, say well if disrespectful things. A lot of times I've seen those actually turn out into fights or even more dangerous things. So it, as you mentioned before, I think it would be a lot better, like, warn them several times or even call the parents so that they are able to see what the child is dressing like, because most of the time the parents don't even know what is going on. So yeah, that's basically my 2 cents.
All right, thank you. All right, Ashley, take it away, and your 1 minute is on the clock as well. So go ahead.
It was in terms to a comment you made earlier, G. You had said that something about rules are said to the students from before. Some schools at orientation reinforce it and they have a handbook. So when they come to school, it's not like they don't know. It's something that is normally done. They say do not wear sneakers for school shoes. The parents turn up the first morning and say, Miss, then get it from foreign, the person buy it. So it's a known thing. However, in this case, I mean, it's an exam the young man is sitting. They could have easily allowed him to do his exam. And it's math at that.
All right, thank you very much. And thank you everyone for participation in this segment of the meeting. Brian, unless you're going to say what you have to say in 30 seconds, we're wrapping up. So
ready
shoot
long
your shot.
time. Ready.
Shoot your
So
shot.
sometime in regards to what the person was saying about the parents not knowing what the child is wearing to school, I can attest to that because I remember in grade 9, me feel like me at girl, me a part would be a footballer and thing. Me I wear the long uniform come to school and have on the short one after it. So I come through the gate, I take off the long uniform. So honestly, sometimes the parents really don't know.
All right, thank you for that, Brian. Thank you for that. Okay, so we're moving into the next segment, and thank you very much for your participation, guys. Next segment is the Rumour Runners. Just confirming again, because it's a new mic and all, that you guys can still hear me loud and clear.
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Awesome. And Sandy, feel free to turn off your camera, even though you look cute in the dark. I'm sure you look just as cute in the day. Feel free to turn it off, whatever. All right, so Rumour Runner now. Now, we're going to talk about Wendy Williams. So Wendy Williams' ex-husband cheated on her. She found out and she was willing to go along with it as long as there wasn't a child involved, right? He continued having sex externally, and then he got his mistress pregnant. So Wendy filed for divorce. The day he got served with the divorce papers, Wendy also fired him because he was also her manager. So part of the settlement involved alimony, which Wendy was supposed to pay to him. So Kevin audaciously asked for child support, wild considering the only son he has with Wendy is a grown man. So he's asking for child support for his child with his mistress. Okay, and alimony. Cool. He cheated, got the mistress pregnant, and cool. Next, we have Wendy didn't have a problem paying the alimony considering Kevin had helped build her career as her manager anyway. However, hidden in the fine print in the divorce settlement was that Wendy was only going to pay the alimony if she was working. If she's working. He used Wendy's money to get himself a mistress and continued to spend her money even after the divorce. He even bought the mistress a house a short walking distance from Wendy's home. How barefaced can you be? Really? How barefaced? Back to the divorce settlement. Wendy's sister was her lawyer. Kevin was so quick to sign the paperwork, he probably missed the part where it said Wendy did not have to pay any alimony unless she was working. Cool? Fine print, guys. Read the fine print. So she agreed to pay the alimony and she agreed to pay the child support. But there was a hidden clause to say the only exception to her paying is if she's not working. Cool. And then we have a couple of months after the divorce, Wendy quit her job, instantly killing Kevin's cash cow. Quit her job because she's not working. Make sense? Yeah. So he has nothing to get. Cool. Now he's crying all over social media saying he can't afford anything anymore since his only source of income for him and his now fiance was the alimony that Wendy isn't paying anymore. He needs hip surgery and he has no insurance. He's got a baby and a wife to feed because he got remarried. His car's insurance is unpaid. His bills are stacking up and he's losing his mind. What's that they say about karma? Also to note, the divorce settlement was specific about her working conditions. She had to be doing television to pay him the alimony. So it wasn't just any type of work. She had to be working like television kind of jobs, right? So she could start a successful podcast today and not even have to pay him a cent because read the fine print. Read the fine print, guys. So let's talk about it. What are your thoughts on that whole situation, the whole shebang? Wendy Williams quitting her job, having that fine print in the agreement, her husband doing what he did. He's got the freeway to say, hey, you can continue doing what you're doing with your mistress. I'll stick around. Don't procreate with this person. That's my only rule. And he did. So let's talk about it. Let's hear from you guys, like what's going on. And again, a minute will be on the clock when I start accepting persons. I see hands are raised. Let's hear from you. What are your thoughts on this whole shebang? So first person we have is LJ. Go ahead, LJ.
I think she was really smart with that fine print. It is the divorce settlement. And I think he was way too out there to ask for child support with the divorce settlement. And karma get him and let him forget.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, Spencer.
All mean what him should have save and him should have now invest. All of this would reach him a feel fault. But me glad she stopped work. Me glad she quit her job, you know. A man is supposed to be a man. Get up and look a job. You have a wife and a child. It's time to him supposed to out there work and hustle. Him still gonna depend on the lady money. The lady have sense now and decide say, this is it. Karma plays a role.
All right, thank you, Spencer. Go ahead. Thorpe, go ahead.
Hi. So, I mean, women nowadays kind of expect the worst from men. They expect them to cheat and whatever. So she like sticking around with him when he did. That's like, okay, sure. Then we end up get a kid. At least be man enough. At least become a high value man where you can actually provide for your mistress. You know, at least go in your divine masculine energy and do that and stop depending on me. You know? So I think that was the only wrong thing that really like stood out to me. Because how dare you go and cheat on me and have a kid and then want me to take care of you? Are you the woman? Like, be a man instead, you know, and do that. Just go away and do what you have to do and take care of your kid with your woman. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Before we accept the next person, that be a man just reminds me of our next meeting topic, which be toxic masculinity. I know that's gonna stir some things up. But go ahead, Brian. Let's hear your take on this Wendy Williams and Kevin situation.
It's not even the fact that she allowed him to cheat. Like, we ladies need to start holding these men responsible. You cheat on me and I know you're cheating. I'm a successful woman. I'm a wife at that. I work hard for my money. Why is it I should be taking care of you, your mistress, and your newborn baby? Your car loan, your car payment. Like, that's crazy. Like, she should have kicked him to the curb from the first time she realized that he started cheating. We have to hold these men accountable because the moment you let something slide, then you become the zip bag. Everything zip, 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 zip. No, that's crazy.
Thank you for sharing. This kind of just reminds me that something I get in my internet and check a yard. So the saying go, yeah, because I just feel like you're cheating on your very successful, very capable wife. For whatever reason, you're cheating. You get caught. She caught him. She allowed him. She's like, all right, cool. You can keep doing what you're doing. Don't get her pregnant and we'll be fine. You're already living off of her. And that's the bargain. You're already in the wrong. And then you're gonna fumble the bag. Like, you got away with cheating. You're gonna fumble the bag and procreate and try to start a whole new family with the intention of using your wife's money to do so, to fund this other family, this mistress family. For it to blow up in your face, you look ridiculous. And for your new wife, I don't know. I feel like, but I think if you're a joke, personally,
I feel like the new wife, she's
embarrassing.
not better than him. The new wife is not better than him. Because
He's
she
the
should have
same.
never live off her next woman money. She should not do that. So she's no better than him.
She's the same. But who is to say he wouldn't do the same thing to her? No? Oh, well. Oh, well. My God. Well, all I can say is Wendy was clever. She was smart. I love that. I love that. It was nice. I wish I could have seen his face when he found out. That'd have been so rewarding to see his face when he realized everything. All right, guys. So before we move on to the next segment, right? Persons that are just joining, if you would like to be considered a member, you're not a guest, you're not visiting, you'd like to be considered a member, please to leave your ID number and your full name, first and last name, in the chat so that our secretary can record the information and keep track of your attendance. So guys, the date of our next meeting. The date of our next meeting is February 4th, 2023, same time, 9 p.m., same place, same thing, same everything. We'll be talking about child marriages. And for those who are not familiar, we have created a calendar of events, which we have posted on our Instagram page. We have shared on our WhatsApp and Telegram groups. So please feel free to check it out, see what meetings we'll be having, what topics and those stuff. So next meeting is on child marriages, February 4th, 2023. Be there or be square. Looking forward to seeing you there, guys. So closing remarks, because we're coming to the end of this beautiful session. Closing remarks. So thank you guys for your attendance, for your participation. For our returning members, thank you for returning. Again, without our members, we are nothing. We appreciate you, we appreciate your interest. We hope to continue to bring enticing, informative meeting sessions to you now and in future. So, stay safe. We know that school is back in session. Take care of yourself, be patient with yourself, one day at a time, guys, one day at a time. Yeah, stay safe, and we'll see you next 2 weeks. So the meeting is now being adjourned at 10:14 p.m. 10:14 p.m. We have a little outro segment, guys, where we'll play some music. I can't pause the recording, and this part will be cropped out when we're doing that whole shebang. If you guys have anything you want to say or comment on at this time, feel free to do so now before I switch over to the outro segment. For the outro segment, it will just play songs. Feel free to stay in chat and talk or anything. But the meeting is officially over, guys. Feel free to disperse. And thank you for coming. Have a good night.